Is it rolling, Bob? Greetings, YouTube, in the YTPC. Stealing a few minutes here on a beautiful Sunday evening in the very end of May. Incredible weather we're having today. Very cool, very, very dry, sunny, breezy. Kind of a real refreshing day to have before the warmer and muggier days ahead. Smoking Telegraph Hill in my Butz-Choquin bistro. I say mine. I don't like to say my pipe because I'm just one of several owners, perhaps. Not the first, probably not the last. I don't know if you can see that, but when I got this, it was a little dry and raw on the top, so I sanded it down and gave a little pop of color, a little red oxblood dye, and polished it up. I've always admired certain pipes that have these colorful rims. That's sort of what I was going for here. I'm not sure I got it, but it's interesting. It's something on my mind. A while back I was going back and watching some of the old Matches 860 videos. As I've said before, I didn't know him while he was alive, didn't know of his videos while he was alive. But there was such an outpouring of appreciation for all his efforts over the years from other YTPC members that I figured I should go back and check out his videos. And watching one of his videos from November of 2014, the title caught my eye. It's LJ Peretti. And I was interested in watching that one because I live near Boston. Peretti is in Boston. It's a famous pipe shop. I've never been there. I've only learned of it recently. John was telling a story of how he was in a antique shop or something, and he bought a batch of old pipes that were kind of stuck in it as an afterthought in a pipe rack. So he got the rack and maybe 4 pipes or so for 25 bucks. And he got them home and he started cleaning them up. And he noticed that one of the pipes was an LJ Peretti pipe, LJ Peretti. And I guess he did some research and realized that it's a very well-known pipe shop in Boston. It's been there for over a century, maybe. And even though he had been to Boston numerous times, I guess, and he lived in Connecticut. Well, I think he originally lived in Massachusetts, but then moved to Connecticut. But in any case, he wasn't very far away. And he was saying how he wanted to get to Boston and go visit that shop someday. And I have no idea if he ever made it, but it just struck me as something that could have been very sad. that here's a guy who loved pipes as much as anybody. Wasn't that far from a famous pipe shop, tobacco shop, and he wanted to go, but I have no idea if he ever made it. I haven't watched all of his videos since 2014 to find out if he ever did, but I'm not familiar with such a thing. But if he didn't, it reminded me of something I read a long time ago. I read a book by Robert Stone called Outer Bridge Reach decades ago now. I don't remember that much about the book. I know it involves sailing and maybe some infidelities, an unhappy marriage, I think. But the one thing that stuck with me from that book over the years was one line where he said, "Be true to the dreams of your youth." And I've often thought about that and thought about how we often forget who we are, what we wanted to do when we were younger, because circumstances change, life gets in the way, we move on, we get busy, maybe get married, get a job, have kids, get a house, all the usual things. And we forget what our dreams were. And for some of us, we even forget to some extent who we are. And I'm getting to a point in life now where it's more possible to do some things that I always wanted to do. I'm semi-retired. We have enough money to get by, a little bit extra maybe. Our two wonderful kids are out of the house many years now and on their own and doing very well, independent. Doing better than I ever did at that age. But of course the problem is that some of my dreams perhaps are out of reach now because of age. I'm not going to be climbing any mountains, very big mountains. I can still do the small ones, but certainly no big ones. I'm not going to go and do multi-week backpacking trips or canoe trips or any of those things, but I have tried to do a few of the things that I always wanted to do at some level, at some scale. Maybe not exactly the way I dreamed of them, but I tried to do something to enjoy life, reclaim some of the things that made me who I am. Perhaps most notably is several years ago now when I bought my woodlot. It's not the forest I always dreamed I would have, but it's not bad. I have a lot of fun there. A little moisture in here. All my wooden matches are gone, so forgive me if I relight with my Bic here. I can do it without burning my finger off. Because I don't have to blow that out. But anyway, that's what was on my mind. It often is, but I thought I would share that with the community today. And encourage pipe smokers next time they're spending a few quiet moments alone with their pipe to think about what are some of those things that you've always wanted to do? And encourage you to hold on to those desires and maybe make some plans. A lot of these things just don't happen. You have to make them happen. And with that, I'll say goodnight and finish up my Telegraph Hill. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Just going to turn my phone around here and let you see the light of the setting sun through the trees. I've noticed that Peddling Piper somewhere over there in the UK likes to show his trees. That's a nice tree, but it's an invasive. It's a Norway maple, Acer platanoides, a European tree. Over here in the northeastern US, they grow like crazy. And they can be weed-like, and I happen to have a bunch of them in my yard, 4 of them, big ones. But I'm not going to do anything serious with them because they're big and beautiful and cast a beautiful shade in the summer and help keep the house cool. Be well.